My favorite thing is creating 99 overall players and actually testing them out before I commit to what I want to use in NBA 2K20.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Boy, what a season so far. And I'll tell you, it's only getting started. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The fans are filling the seats in San Antonio, the site of our broadcast, and where the Spurs will be going up against the Indiana Pacers. Taking a look at the Pacers, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And the front lines for both teams tonight, powerful, explosive. Shaq, what's the key these days to building a great front court?
Well, the more versatile, the better. But it's more about skill and brute strength. You know I'm about skill and brute strength. I was the most skillful and brutally strong guy ever to play the game.
It's right, you are brutal.
What's so funny?
That, front court guys need to change ends. That's what's funny to me, Shaq. Nothing else. I just tell you right now, nothing else is funny to me.
You want me to show you how strong I am? I'll flip this table over right now.
I believe you could. I believe you could.
What you looking at, Ernie?
Not much.
Oh.
All right.
It's on. It's on.
I see Ernie.
And here's Kevin Harlan. Here's Kevin Harlan.
I see you in the locker room, Ernie.
It's the Pacers, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. It's Wednesday night basketball, live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analysts, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Guys, the injury to Jeremy Lamb, that's the story here. He is out.
Yeah, and it's going to be a few weeks until they can get him back, but not as bad as it could have been. In the end, given the way it looked, boy, I tell you, when they had to help him off, he'll probably consider that to be good news.
Well, a few weeks could still impact the season in a big way, but yeah, very fortunate he's not out for the year.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, hello there. Spurs coach Greg Popovich made the top 5 in all-time coaching wins last season. When asked about it, Pop said, "It's the most important thing in my life. My grandchildren can take a hike." I don't think he was being serious, guys.
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. We are seeing some guys who were role players last year, Doris, now stepping up in their games individually and becoming more prominent.
Well, I think that has to do with two things. First, the off-season work you put in. It's really advanced at this point. And what that work that you put in the off-season does is it raises your confidence level. And when you step between the lines, you better believe you can contribute. So it's skill development, it's strength, it's conditioning, it's nutrition. There's so many things that go into a role player starting to become more assertive and more involved.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
And the Pacers start off with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Pacers, Sabonis and Turner inside. Oladipo is out there with Brogdon, and it's Warren in at the small forward.
Well, this is one aspect you'd like to see more of from T.J. Warren. We know he's a great scorer, pretty dime there.
Murray dishes to DeRozan. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Oladipo. Goes up and finished off by Oladipo.
And how's that for a solo performance?
Well, you couldn't do it any better than that, Greg. Textbook execution on the break.
Now here's Murray. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Boy, how effortless does DeMar DeRozan make those slams look? This guy glides to the rim and makes it look easy.
Oladipo against DeRozan. Oladipo taking his time here. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Sabonis. Shoots over DeRozan. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
You can get a real sense that Victor Oladipo loves sharing the wealth. What a nice look.
And DeRozan, here we go. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Oladipo. Down low. It's stolen by DeRozan. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Pass to Brogdon. Knocked away. Here's Turner. Here's Warren. That one falls.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
You know, Doris, there's a lot.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's a beautiful jam.
DeMar DeRozan says, I've got a little showman in me. My goodness gracious, sets the crowd on fire with that one.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Here's Warren. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
Yeah, it should be an interesting matchup tonight. These two teams will only face off twice all season.
Well, so you want to make these opportunities count, right? Since they don't see each other often, it's going to be an intriguing battle.
Gay finds Carroll. Here's Murray. Here's Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Here's Warren. Rebound San Antonio. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
Turner passes to Warren. From 12 feet out. That one goes in. Sabonis has got 6.
Well, I think Domantas Sabonis, one of his great strengths is taking smart shots. That jumper is pretty.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And the Spurs now in the post-Kawhi Leonard era of the franchise. Greg, how do they recover, do you think?
If any team can survive losing a player of Kawhi's caliber, it's got to be the Spurs. They have good depth, got a good return in the trade, and players will step up. Won't be the power they once were for a while, but they'll rebound in no time.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Aldridge. Bellinelli comes in for Damari Carroll. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Derek White subbed in for Murray. It's deflected. And here is Brewer. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter of the game. Leaf, good on the triple. Leaf's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Gay scanning the floor. 13 feet away. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Tremendous defense. Boy, they're putting an emphasis on not giving him a clean look inside.
There's a whistle. It's going to go on Corey Brewer. That's his first foul. Gay outside. And Forbes kicks to White. 5 to shoot. Taken away by Holiday.
That's 4 turnovers out of them already. Sloppy play in the early going. They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to the Timberwolves. 50 seconds left to play here in the first. Gay outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Forbes. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Holiday, the pass to Leaf. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Leaf's got 5.
Oh, fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Well, this is a perfect example of how you want to run your offense. Disciplined but determined. Nice possession, Greg.
Now, here's Bellinelli. D right on him. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, Kev, this team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Pacers up by 7. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. DeMar DeRozan last season opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Pacers' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
I think their play calling has been exceptional. They've played with purpose and they've played with aggressiveness.
They've got Pirtle. Mills out there with White. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Bellinelli in at the 3, the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Look, Greg, they simply didn't bring it. And that's one of those losses that you just have to throw away and forget about.
Well, a big strength of this Indiana team is how well they take care of their possessions.
They were right near the top of the league, Kevin, in terms of the fewest turnover committed. And this whole team, to me, seems to play with a level of calmness and good decision-making. And let's give Nate McMillan some credit for that.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, the Pacers have been a huge surprise since they traded away Paul George. Now, Coach Nate McMillan said, for us, it's about developing that culture and that identity, and we're still doing that. I think we're only starting to scratch the surface. Kevin?
No doubt, David. They've got some promising young players on that team. Thank you.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Spurs trail by 10. San Antonio calls timeout. Well, Doris, we've seen how much organizations set the tone, set the culture from the top on down. What common traits have you seen among successful team ownership?
Well, boy, oh boy, so many, I think. Obviously, there has to be some level of financial commitment. You have to be willing to hire good talent. You have to be willing to hire coaches. that you believe either developmentally are going to have a bright future, or if you're hiring an experienced coach with championship pedigree, are you willing to pay those types of positions? What is your commitment to the non-traditional aspects that we've seen take a more informed role in how decisions are made? What is your analytics department made up of? What is your nutrition, your strength and conditioning, your training program? Are you hiring top-level professionals across the board? And then to me, it's always about, there's a great quote that says, any organization is defined by the worst behavior tolerated at the top of the leadership position.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Gay. Damari Carroll comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for White. Tries it from 19. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from DeMar DeRozan.
Boy, firing the jumper as soon as he receives the pass, DeRozan doesn't give the defender any time to react.
Over in the corner, Turner. Carroll against Warren. 5 on the clock. Again, Indiana.
That's what we call cashing in from the mid-range. TJ Warren's been there a time or two.
Mills with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. So we'll see DeMar DeRozan go to the line here. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo. And last summer, after 9 terrific seasons in Toronto, DeMar DeRozan traded to San Antonio.
And guys, you have to feel for the sudden change for DeRozan. Gave Toronto some of their best years. At the same time, happy that DeRozan has gone to an organization that has proven success over the years.
One shot.
To me, one of the great strengths of this Pacers team is their depth. A year ago, 12 different players averaged double-digit minutes. So when you think about depth and unselfishness, they are at the very core of what this team does.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. Murray against Oladipo. Murray kicks to Mills. Back to Murray. Shoots over Brogdon. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Murray. And Doris, that unselfish play on the court, it translates off the court too. The whole team cheers each other on.
We talk about that elusive quality of chemistry, Kevin, and the Pacers exceeded expectations in part due to the great chemistry this team has. The team plays in a way that it's easy to cheer for each other, and the fans absolutely love this current group.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Patty Mills. Sabonis kicks to Warren. Pass to Brogdon. Over Murray. Nails the 16-footer. And the Pacers lead by 7. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And there's the pass to Forbes. Over Warren. Forbes can't get it to go.
Well, they know not to leave him open from mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
And Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal.
So it's the Pacers now. They've led by as much as 10.
Well, you can tell that over time, Oladipo has gained more and more confidence in his scoring ability, especially that close to the tin.
They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. 1:52 left now here in the second. Spurs working the ball around now.
Carroll is not taking any chances. Put those 2 points on the board from the closest possible range.
Brogdon kicks to Warren. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Pacers.
And even when the deep three has been there, they've stayed away from it. They're working hard to get shots from close range, resisting that urge to get too loose with their shot selection.
Murray against Oladipo. Murray outside. There's the feed to DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Now just a 5-point Pacer lead.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And guys, you know, you never run out of things that you can improve upon.
I think, Greg, it's important to keep that hunger, right? You're always striving to get better and to change things up.
And the Spurs with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for DeMarre Carroll, and it's White in for Murray. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. ABC's checked in for Turner. TJ Leaf comes in for Domantas Sabonis. McDermott's checked in for Warren, and it's Brewer in for Victor Oladipo. Now here's McDermott. He's covered by Gay. Passes it to ABC. Just 5 on the clock. That's good from McDermott on the assist from Corey Brewer. McDermott's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And White kicks to Gay. Pass to Aldridge. And here's White. 35 seconds left here in the second. DeRozan. No good off the back of the rim. Indiana leading by 8. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
The Pacers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
San Antonio making a switch here. Pirtle's checked in, and a change for the Pacers. Holiday's checked in. And that one falls for Brewer. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now DeRozan. His last outing, he had 24 points. There's 10 seconds left in the first half. Clock at 6. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's not going to go for him.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
And so it's the Indiana Pacers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They lead by 11. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. For joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
Well, didn't you get the sense, Greg, that this entire team fed off his energy? His remarkable effort on the defensive end really triggered this group.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half, Sabonis and Turner inside. Victor Oladipo is out there with Brogdon, and it's Warren in at the three. Doris, when you talk about coaching, aside from wins and losses, how can you gauge if a coach is doing a good job?
Well, you make a great point, Kevin, because if an organization is in a rebuild situation, then winning is almost impossible because you're outgunned and outmanned every single night. So to evaluate those coaches, here are the things I would look at. One, are you maximizing the talent at your disposal? Are your player development skills at such a degree that you're seeing incremental improvement from the guys on your roster? And then ultimately, Kevin, are guys playing hard? Are they competitive every night? Even if the wins don't necessarily show in the box score and at the end of the regular season, the reality is, are you playing hard? Are you competitive?
The Spurs have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
A free throw dropped for DeRozan.
And with DeRozan getting traded, he said he felt backstabbed by Raptors management after they said he wouldn't be traded. At the end of the day, people will do what's best for their own position, whether they're a GM or a player. But you better believe they'll love DeRozan in Toronto forever, no matter what jersey he wears.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
You know, the determination that DeMar DeRozan plays with, it's sort of this steely, I'm going to get where I want to go, and don't sleep on his athleticism.
The Spurs have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The first one falls. DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
Boy, just never a good idea to give this guy too many chances at the line. He's going to cash in.
Brogdon finds Oladipo. Pass to Warren. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Well, this is what T.J. Warren does best. This guy is a strong offensive player with a good feel for when to take shots.
There's the pass to Aldridge. The drive by Gay. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Miles Turner. Well, with Kawhi Leonard gone, a new era for the Spurs. Even with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, San Antonio looks to be entering their most significant rebuild in decades.
Yeah, but at least they were able to get a star in DeRozan. Now, I would call it more of a reload than a rebuild for the Spurs. Still a lot of talent to work with on that roster.
That's good from Rudy Gay. Nate McMillan, Doris, a longtime coach in the NBA, has done his part in this Indiana Pacers rebuild.
I think the first thing that Nate had to handle was the turmoil of the team after the Paul George deal, right? So he empowers a young core, and he deserves a ton of credit in the surprisingly good season the Pacers had.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And when Gay is locked in, he's special. An efficient scorer who can effortlessly take over games.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Oladipo, good.
They wanted a fast start coming out of the break, and they are now 3 for 3.
Spurs trail by 9. Here's Mills. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And there's Gay. That's good on the assist by Mills.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
But both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
Here's Oladipo. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Even though Oladipo didn't spend a lot of time on the Thunder, he does credit his time there, Doris, as a big factor in his development.
He points specifically at Russell Westbrook and the amount of work Westbrook puts into his game. So what did Oladipo do? He changed his frame and he changed his work habits, and that led to an incredible season last year.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Passes to Carroll. Knocked loose. Now Mills. He's covered by Warren. Spurs passing it around. Just 5 on the clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And now a look at DeMar Carroll. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 13 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And right now, he's just a role player, but he's working hard and contributing in spurts.
Well, we've certainly seen flashes of what this guy can do, but he has got to find a way to consistently do it if he wants to be a starter.
Free throw good, Mills.
How about the Indiana Pacers last year? There were so many that predicted them to be a lottery candidate, and instead they end up with 48 wins, finish as the 5th seed in the East. Woo-hoo, what a year.
White, he's checked in for San Antonio. And both free throws good for Mills. And Doris, the Pacers were one of last season's biggest surprises.
How about they took LeBron and the Cleveland Cavaliers to a Game 7 in the first round? That's the first time a team has ever taken LeBron to Game 7 in the opening round of the playoffs. Yes, they lost, but what a great learning experience for a young team.
And Holiday has it in the corner. Gets to the corner and buries it.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Spurs trail by 9. Outside, White. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Pacers in 5th.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Aldridge kicks to White. The three from Mills connects from three-point range. Mills has got 5 points in the quarter.
You hope that's a wake-up call for the defense, boys, because you give them that clean a look and it's over.
Here's Oladipo. Knocked loose. But he stays with it. Turner passes to McDermott. Oladipo against White. 6 on the shot clock. And Oladipo kicks to Turner. Shoots over Pirtle. Out of hand on it.
Active defense from Jakob Pirtle. That's the key. When he stays active and alert, blocks are going to be there for him.
Mills dishes to White. Back to Mills. Over Holiday. Mills can't hit.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Now here is Holiday, covered by Mills. Now here's McDermott, back to Turner. Got a piece of it. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Pacers leading by 4. Oladipo finds Holiday. Tries a 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to White. Pass to Mills. Just 5 to shoot. Launches it. They get it again. Here's Aldridge. Out of hand on it. Here's Oladipo. And that one released in time, but no good. And we've reached the end of the third. Pacers lead by 4. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Head coach Nate McMillan is mic'd up along the sidelines. Let's check it out.
We're good, right here. Come on. Hey, one shot. One shot is all they get. Everybody rebound. All right, everybody rebound.
Encouraging his team to lock down here.
And not wanting to give the opponent any second chance opportunities, especially given how close this game is.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Rudy Gay is out there with DeRozan. Then there's Murray. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Forbes in at the 2 guard. That's the San Antonio 5.
I think this guy's a threat to throw it down every time Pirtle gets his hands on the ball. This guy has tremendous size and takes advantage.
Brogdon the pass to Oladipo. And the pass to Leaf. Brogdon inside the line. Not going to go that time. Murray with the defensive effort. Spurs trail by 4. Here's Gay. The rebound by Brogdon.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Pass to ABC. Oladipo outside. Here's ABC. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got his third assist on the night. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. Gay kicks to Forbes. Pass to DeRozan. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Brewer, the pass to Leaf. Right wing, beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. And it's a 9-point Pacer lead.
Well, listen, there's no one around him, and he says thank you very much. Wide open look at three, as easy as that.
Murray kicks to Gay. Pass to Forbes. DeRozan with it. Over Brewer. And it's DeRozan missing.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
Back to Brogdon. 6 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Oladipo for 3, and the foul called on ABC. That's his first foul.
Go the other way.
That's his first personal foul.
And the Spurs making a change here. Carroll's checked in. Then for the Pacers, Sabonis comes in for Leaf, and Warren subbed in for Oladipo. Spurs trail by 9. DeRozan passes to Pirtle. Brogdon against Murray. He kicks it to Gay. Carroll for 3. Cans it from downtown.
Boy, some long-distance damage being done by DeMarre Carroll. Evidence of the work he's put in that perimeter shooting.
Brogdon finds Warren. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Man, this has been fun. I mean, we got two teams dueling down the stretch.
Boy, does it feel to you, Greg, like every single shot is going through the bucket? That's how lethal both of these teams have been late in this one.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lane. One shot.
It seems to me, guys, that T.J. Warren every year adds one more dimension to his game. We know this. This guy can play on the offensive end.
Left side, DeRozan. Gay, that's a two-pointer. And the shot no good, a bit short. Indiana leading by 9. Warren on the wing. Carroll covering. Over in the corner, Warren. Here's Sabonis. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's DeRozan. The rebound by Brogdon. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Warren. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Don't you get the sense that T.J. Warren enjoys the challenge of a defender in his grill?
San Antonio calls timeout.
Get your numbers up. I had to get my numbers up. Now I got it like they gave it to me. But I took it, they ain't give it to me. She really do it to me. God do it for me. Yeah, it really fit. It's a shoe-in for me. I started hooping for the Nike check. Yeah. I play tennis for the Rolex. I be in Miami, never seen a beach. In the fountain blue when you saw me. She was got the. I just came to get these fits up. I'm everywhere. I just didn't get no pics up. You was there, you saw me get my. Oh, you heard about it. Bloody gossip. I had to get it poppin'. I ain't had no running game. I ain't had no option. Now I really got it. I really I really got it.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Victor Oladipo.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. Right side, White. And here's DeRozan. Over Turner. And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from DeRozan.
Well, this is the point where you say, uh-oh, DeMar DeRozan is going to start to get rolling. This guy can impose his will.
Oladipo against DeRozan. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That'll be his second foul of the game. Puts it up off the inbound, and Turner with the lay-in.
Look, Kevin, Miles Turner has great versatility, so he can score from anywhere, but right there is his bread and butter.
Pulls it from the elbow. It's rebounded by Indiana. 1:16 left here in the fourth quarter. Brogdon with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Brogdon kicks to Turner.
Gentlemen, two shots. Blue shots.
No good on that one.
Well, the athleticism that Miles Turner brings to the center spot is quite remarkable. This guy, an exceptional player on both sides of the floor.
That one misses. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 11. Here's DeRozan. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, to me, Kevin Harlan, you simply have to defend better than that. DeMar DeRozan has the vertical. He's super efficient in that area.
Oladipo, the pass to Brogdon. Shoots over White. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
And DeRozan kicks to White. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. DeRozan against Oladipo. Brogdon finds Oladipo. Warren against Carroll. Warren the pass to Turner. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession.
Yeah, you go for the steal, but at least you do get the deflection.
Well, Greg, you make them reset their offense, right? It's disrupting their rhythm.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Just 3 to shoot. Leaf, no good. Mills with it. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just we're pretty good. We play great together, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.